Hi, this is Matt Marchant, and I have a question. Why is it important that we breathe correctly? Now, a few people have asked me, don't we already know how to breathe? I mean, isn't that instinctual? If we weren't breathing, we wouldn't be here. And that's definitely a point, but I have a question. When it comes to movement and eating, is there an optimal way to move and a suboptimal way to move? Example, if I asked you to pick up a box off the floor, is there a way to do that that would not hurt your back? And is there a way to do it that would hurt your back? So right there we can see there's a optimal way of lifting or moving and a suboptimal way. I'm sure you could pick the box up, you could get it done, but what's going to happen as a result of how you do that? So same thing with eating. Let's take a look at food selection. There are optimal foods that you can eat for health, and there are suboptimal foods that might not create health, but they also might create disease too. So there's optimal and suboptimal ways of selecting food, and even how we eat our food, how we chew our food. For your next meal, for each bite, just take one bite and swallow that down. Do that for one entire meal and see how your stomach and your digestion feels as a result. Or you can chew your food thoroughly and see how that feels. So even with chewing and how we eat, there could be optimal and suboptimal ways of doing it. So that's my point with breathing, is yes, we all breathe or we wouldn't be here, but could there be a more optimal or even a correct way of breathing? So we're going to take a look at three things that breathing does for us, the three reasons why we need to breathe. Number one is that breathing supplies us with sufficient oxygen. Number two is that breathing removes excess carbon dioxide. And that number three, breathing helps to regulate the pH levels of the blood. So when it comes to oxygen, there's two main points. Number one, oxygen is a nutrient. Yes, oxygen is a nutrient, just like any vitamin or mineral. When you think of a nutrient, it is something that we absolutely need. We have to get it into our body somehow. So with a vitamin or mineral, we're going to drink that, eat that, put it on our skin, it gets absorbed. And when you think of any vitamin or mineral, ask yourself, how many days or weeks could you go without that vitamin or mineral before you start seeing some sort of deficiency? Okay, now the question comes with oxygen. How long can you last without the nutrient oxygen? About 3 minutes. So we are in constant need of oxygen 24 hours a day, and we need pretty high levels, we'll say, of oxygen. So it absolutely is a nutrient. Next, oxygen is a source of fuel for both the brain and the body. What it does is it combines with pyruvic acid, which is it gets broken down with the breakdown of glucose, and it gives us fuel for both brain and body. So if we're looking to get some energy, there could be optimal ways of getting that energy with some oxygen, or maybe suboptimal ways if we're not getting enough oxygen. So one example of not getting enough oxygen could be when we're feeling lethargic or we're having concentration type problems. So the next one with carbon dioxide. It's the main factor in regulating the pH levels of the blood, very important. And two, it has a direct impact on our heart, on circulation and blood pressure. So if we're not removing excess carbon dioxide, we might experience high blood pressure. That could be an example of not removing the excess carbon dioxide. So the third one, with regulating the pH levels of the blood. If we have too much acidity in the blood, it can develop the onset of cardiovascular disease. You have veins and arteries, which is like a garden hose, and this acidic waste can actually kind of scratch or create bumps on the inside of those walls. Then you're going to have to lay down cholesterol to patch up those holes. So too much acidity in the blood can cause the onset of cardiovascular disease. So to regulate pH, it's very important. Looking at my notes here. The second thing that pH does, it's excessive pH or acidity in the blood is going to thicken the blood. So when your blood gets thick, it's going to reduce the amount of nutrients and oxygen that can get pumped into your internal organs. So their optimal functioning is not going to happen if they're not getting nutrients. So an example of having high pH levels could be developing some sort of cardiovascular or even kidney disease as a result of the high pH. So those are three things that breathing does. I find it very important to breathe correctly. You're going to breathe anywhere from 14,000 to 20,000 times in a day. So when you're thinking about doing something wrong, it's different than just picking up a box and you do it wrong one time, or you eat wrong for one meal, you have a cheat meal or something like that. We're talking about 14,000 to 20,000 times a day. So that's all I wanted to say in this video, is just pointing out that there could be a correct way to breathe and the importance of breathing. Thank you. This is Matt Marchant.